What up, fish people? Kenny E with Danica Aquatics. Well, guys, we wanted to give you an update video on the Planted 110 because we got a few things starting to materialize in here. Figure I'd give you a little view of the landscape. Anyway, since they're out here in front and letting us know that they are here, I will tell you guys about these. These are our Zaco platypuses, otherwise known as the dragonfish. Super, super cool. And as you can see, very active. But we wanted some different type of fish in here this time. So we got these guys. And they seem to be liking it. See those beautiful sheens of green on them? Look at the stripage. Super, super cool. And yes, I did get these from the wet spot. Marcy has a wonderful store. We like Marcy a lot. But that's the thing about them. You always find kind of cool, weird looking stuff. Went down originally to get those guys. Bring it up a little bit. That's what I went for. I had one of those type of pencil fish all by himself, and he was rather lonely. So I went and got 5 more of them. Problem is, those 2 hang out there, and the rest of them hang out down here. Last weekend, when I was in Eugene, or a couple weekends ago, I got these from Pisces Aquaria. They're another type of pencil fish, but I got those from the wet spot. I knew they had carried them, so I feel good now that these guys have each other now and they hang out with each other. So then I've got a couple of autos left over. Longfin Paleatus, courtesy of Foxy's Fishes and Peplin Creek Aquatics. We've got about 18 of those in here running about. And they rule the tank. And then, of course, our African banded barbs are in here. These guys did have babies. Unfortunately, they both died before we could get them out of here. So we will be paying more close attention into this tank now that we know they're breeding. Try to get the babies before somebody else gets them. I'll have to set up one of the 120s that we got left downstairs. And there's my one and only Microcynodonus. He was just out. I am going to get a few more of those for the tank. He's so pretty. See him there. See his whiskers. I had 6 of those, but unfortunately, when we had the ick breakout in this tank, I lost 5 of the 6. But we're happy now with the outcome of the tank. Everybody's looking healthy now. It's got a fresh water change this morning. Danny upped the flow in here just a tad with the sponge. Because we do know those guys like a little turbulence in their water. They're very camera shy, I've noticed. They're not the best YouTube fish. So I just sit back here and chill. Make them realize I'm no threat. So hopefully we can get some good shots of them. But they are spazzes, man. And this one down here we believe is the only male we've got. Right there. Ain't he pretty? They're stressed right now because I don't think they like the camera much. So I'll try not to bother them anymore. We'll come down here and look at cute little corridors instead. Because they're starting to come out because there's food on the ground. Like I said, these are the Longfin Paleatus. Aren't they cute? And they like to cruise the tank. And I do have 3 of my Longfin albino bristlenose in here as well. That one's growing a ginormous amount. Probably going to put a few more of them in here because they're doing a great job on this algae, as you can see on the rock. This was covered with algae when we started. And they're slowly but surely starting to munch it all out of there. There's my wife's beautiful pink flamingos that are starting to do well, starting to propagate a little bit. Now, when she planted this tank, she had a layer in each of the corners were layers of soil underneath the sand, and up front it was mostly sand. But as you can see, when you have Paleatus corydoras, they like to tear up stuff. And she put this new log in here, along with that giant piece of Anubias. And the Dragonstone's been in here. Well, it's coming along, guys. It's not where we want it yet, but it's getting there. I love this fish. These guys, when they're flared up, man, are just gorgeous. Now, they're used to me and my antics, so they don't spaz as much as these guys that I've got currently. Those guys will calm down once they see they're not going to get hurt. And there comes my school of pencil fish. That's the striped ones, and then like I said, I've got the other kind as well. I have noticed these striped ones like to hang in the midwater, where those all seem to like to hang at the top, pick stuff off the top. There they are, flashing now. Where they're calming down, where you can see the beautiful sheen to them. That's the male right there. Ain't he pretty? That is the Zaca platypus. And what else we're going to be putting in here are albino millennium rainbows. That'll be the last piece we put in here, and then the tank will be done. I probably will pick up a few more of those Synodontis for in here too, because they do a good job of cleanup crew as well. I'm pretty sure that's what probably ate my poor little African barbs though. Yeah, the Paleatus are starting to take over now. Up. I moved too quickly, so everybody spazzed. That caused all the cory cats to freak. That's why I got to move slowly with this particular tank, because they freak out. Which I don't understand, because this is where we are most of the time. You think they'd be used to seeing us. But it was only because I moved way too quickly. Look at that cory, just chilling, cleaning up the rocks. Now that actually was probably one of my other cories. Danny, I think, was mistaken. She didn't think there were any of them left, and I think there are a couple. Acubus, I think they're called. But like I said, these guys might end up in a different tank because they are a little too spastic, in my opinion, for a lot of the fish that live in here. So we'll see how they do. If they calm their jets, they'll be fine. But if they continue to be spastic like this, then most likely have to move them to a different tank. So we don't like fish being stressed. But those barbs down there were the same way when we got them. And then after being in the tank and seeing that no harm's going to come to them. Look at those guys. We'll home in on them. Little logfin Paleatus. Aren't they cute? And that's one thing I've noticed when you get stuff from Peplin and Roxanne is that they come in very chunky and happy. Then when they get to Daniken's house, we polish them off. Roxanne's always accusing me of my fish being gluttonous. Me and Dan, but believe it or not, Danny and I only feed our fish once a day. I know there's some out there to say that you shouldn't have to do it but once a week. I don't believe in that because I wouldn't want to not eat. Look at you can see the striping on these crips real good right now. And I don't remember the name of those. She got those from Alex. It's one thing when you got cool plant friends like Bentley and Alex. Occasionally Danny gets some cool plants from them. Here, we'll get a close-up of these guys. Aren't they amazing? Anyway, guys, I didn't mean to ramble for 10 minutes and make this a giant video for you, but I'll home out and show you the one last view of the whole tank. That is our 110 planted community tank. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the update. As always, love your fish. This is going to be Kenny E. Check it out for now. Have a great night.